On her way to school, a little girl suddenly realized that the middle-aged man beside her was actually her husband from her past life. But the man didn't recognize her. He just gave her a puzzled glance before walking away. After school, the little girl barged straight into his house.
ただいま。
ただいま。間違ってるよ。
Once inside, the little girl looked around nostalgically, then told the man, "I'm your wife, Sophia, Mia's mother." The man couldn't help but laugh. Before he could respond, the little girl ran upstairs to Mia's room. She excitedly stroked Mia's face. "You've grown so much. You look exactly like I did when I was young." Then she ran back downstairs and discovered her own memorial photo in the living room. She complained indignantly, "There were so many good photos. Why did you pick this ugly one?" The little girl firmly told them that she was Sophia, who had died 10 years ago and had now been reincarnated. The father and daughter thought the child must have mental issues and were about to call her parents when the little girl noticed the takeout containers on the table. Her expression immediately turned serious.
私が死んでから一体どんな食事してきたわけ？
She scolded them like a real homemaker, emphasizing that food should be properly served on plates, even if it's takeout. As she spoke, she naturally picked up a plate nearby. This action shocked the father and daughter. Suddenly, a doorbell rang outside. The little girl realized it was time to go home. Before leaving, she said she'd come back again tomorrow, then happily left, leaving the bewildered father and daughter behind. The next day after school, the little girl returned to their house as promised. But no one was home, so she skillfully retrieved the spare key from under a flower pot. Once inside, she took out her secret stash of money from the closet, then picked up the family photo album and started flipping through it. Looking at the once happy family, she smiled. It wasn't until she saw the blank pages that the little girl realized that in the 10 years since her death, her husband and daughter hadn't been happy. So she decided to do something for them. The little girl called the man and asked him to meet her at their old place. Before he could respond, she hung up. The man thought it was a prank and didn't take it seriously. On the bus ride home, the man reminisced about how his wife used to always be late for their dates, and he couldn't help but chuckle. To his surprise, when the bus passed their old meeting spot, he saw the little girl waiting there, even her posture identical to his wife's back then. Now the man had no choice but to get off and keep the appointment. The little girl pulled the man to a shopping mall and used her secret money to buy a phone, successfully adding the man as a friend.
これでめでたくお友達。
From then on, the little girl messaged the man every day.
おはよう。今日も一日しっかり頑張んなさいよ。
The man found it baffling. After school, the little girl sought out Mia and, as a mother, showed concern about her love life. As she spoke, she pinched Mia's cheek. This made Mia uncomfortable. "Don't do that. You're crossing a line." The next morning, the little girl came to the man's house again. Just as she was about to walk in as usual, the man stopped her, saying he had guests coming and she needed to leave. But instead of getting angry, the little girl scolded him. "How can you receive guests with such a messy yard? You need to tidy it up to make a good impression." After organizing the yard, the little girl even volunteered to prepare dinner for the guests. Watching her skillful movements, the man couldn't help but recall the wonderful times with his wife.